Okay, I think you people can see the screen now. So to download the Keel software, you just search Keel Microvision 5 download. If you search it on Google, you go on the first suggestion from Google, Keel.com downloads. And if you go there, you will find two options: product download and file download. You go to product downloads, and here you find four options. Here you go for C51. C51, which is a development tool for 8051 devices. You go here, and here then you from this page you can download Keel software. This file you can see, this is .exe file which can be installed. So you right click here and save link as. If you click on save link as, it will ask for the path. Let's say I will save it here. So I already downloaded it. So it is already showing in my computer. Okay, if you download it, it is almost size of this file is almost 1 GB. So I will cancel it now. So after downloading it, maybe you have to use some other mobile data or something. If you are attending the lectures whole day, you will not get 1 GB maybe in your mobile. So you have to find out the solution to how to download this 1 GB file. Okay, after downloading the file, this file, you just have to double click on this file and install this on your computer. And after installing this on your computer, you will find this icon somewhere on your desktop, this Keel Microvision 5. Or if you don't find it in your desktop, you can go to start menu and search for the Keel Microvision 5. Okay, so we'll open it now. Now we will see how to use it step by step. So this is the same software which you people have used in your lab. Okay, so the last program which I have written is already open. So before proceeding, what first we will do, we'll go to close all. Okay, and we'll close the project also and reset view to default. Okay, so whichever was open already, so we have closed all this thing. Okay, now the first step is to create a project. To start with our experiment, first step is to create a project. So for that, we will go to project, click on new Microvision project, and one window will pop up. Here you have to give name to your project. Let's say demo _1. Okay, I'll give a name, demo _1. You don't need to use any extension for this project. Like some people do mistake to give .asm extension to the project name. You don't have to give any extension. We just give the name to the project and save it. Okay. Then it will ask us how select the microcontroller. If you remember, the software in your lab will show the LTEM here, but here it will not show LTEM. So here you have to go to microchip. You have to go to microchip and then select the microcontroller whichever you want. Let's say I will select 8089S8252. Okay, let's say I will select 8089S8252. And here you can see the description of the microcontroller, whatever it is having: input, output lines, timers, counters, interrupters, etc., etc. And then click on OK. Then it will ask to copy the startup.a515. So you can click no here, no issue. And then after creating the project, you just check the source group folder is there. Okay, so now we have created a project in our Keel Micro Vision. Now next part is to write the program. The next part is to write the programs. For that we have to go to file and click on new. We go to file and click on new. And here we will start typing our program. So just to save the time, I already have typed one first program from your experiment file. I will just copy paste here. This is your first program, which is move the data block. Okay, and this is your commands. This is your commands, and these are the comments, which will tell how we are running this commands. What this particular command will do. So this is your comments. If you see, I have given a constant gap between the comments so that it is clearly understood from where comments will start. Okay. Now we have to save this file. So either you can go to file, save, or shortcut is here. This, if you see this icon, save. Okay, you go to file, save. Okay. Now we need some name to this file. Example, this is to move the data. So I will give move underscore data, and here we have to give an extension of .asm. .asm. So we give the file name and we give an extension of .asm, and then we'll save it. So after we save it, you can see the different colors will come. Okay. So now we have created the project. We have typed our program. Now next part is to link our program with our project. Link our program with the project. So how we'll do this? We'll right click here. If this window is not open, so you have to click on this plus sign here, and if it is not open target one, again you have to click on plus, and then you will find this folder source group. Okay, you will find this folder source group. Right click here, and you have to click add existing file to the group. Add existing file to the group. If you click it here, it will then go to your folder where you have saved your program. And from here you select ASM file. From here you have to select ASM file. See, it is showing here move data.asm. This is the name which we have given to our file, move data.asm, and we'll click add and then close. Now you just go and check here whether your program has come. You can see move underscore data asm. Okay. Now we have created the project, we have typed our program, and we have linked our program with our project. Now next part is we'll check whether any error is there. We have to check whether we have done some mistake while typing the program. So we'll see whether any error. For that you have to go to project. For that, go to project and click on build target. Click on build target, and the shortcut key for this is F7. You can directly click on F7 as well. So build target. Now you see here 0 errors. Okay, if any error is there before proceeding, we have to check the line number where error is and etc. For example, if I do a mistake, so generally people do this mistake. Instead of MOV, one used to write MOVE. Okay, MOVE. Now I will save it and I will build a target. Oh, okay. Now it is showing syntax error. Showing syntax error. Understand? Now you correct it. Every time you change anything in your program, you have to save it. You have to save it, and after saving, you have to build the target. Okay, now zero error. Okay, now we have to run the program. So for that, we have to go to debug and start. We have to click on start stop debug session, and the shortcut button for this is here. This red color D is written on, so you can click here. Click OK. Okay. So now this is your program, and this is the register window. Let's see if it is not open. We have to go to view and check for the register window. Here it is. Okay. This is your register window. And all the register which is there for to store the temporary data in microcontroller, you can see here. For example, R0 to R7, this 8 register, accumulator A, B register, data pointer register, and in your programs you have to use you have to check carry flag also. I think in fourth experiment and fourth experiment you have to check carry flag also. So this PSW register, if you open this PSW register, the last one is your carry flag. CY. Okay, this is your register window. Now we are here we are moving data from one memory location to another memory location. So we have to store our values in memory locations. For that, you have to check memory. So if you see this window, you can see memory 1 is written over here. Okay, this memory 1 is written over there. If it is if it is not open, let's say I have closed it. So again, you can go to view memory windows. So click on memory 1. Now memory 1 is here. So I will just drag it and keep it over. Now we want to go to data location 50. Data location 50H. Here we are using location 50H. So for that, remember always type D colon 50H. Press enter. And you can adjust the size of this window. Next to memory location we are using 60H, 60. So you can adjust size of this window so that next line it will come 60. This is your 50. And next line it is starting from 60. And remember, it is a hexadecimal memory. These are memory addresses where you will store the data, and these addresses are in hexadecimal numbers. So this is 50, this is 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. In hexadecimal, after 9 it is A. So this is 5A, 5B, 5C, 5D, 5E, and 5F. After F it is 10. So after 5F it is 60. Like that, 70, etc. Okay. Now we are in this first program, we are moving data from location 50 to moving data from location 50 to 60, 51 to 61, etc. So we will give this value. We will store our values at location from 50 to 54. This first 5 data locations. So this we can do in 2 ways. Either we double click here and we can change the values. Okay, I will give 10. Okay, it has stored 10. Another way is you go here and right click and click on modify memory at D050. Then this window will pop up, and here you can type the 5 memory data, 5 data values separated by comma. Okay, I will type 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So, okay. So can you see I type 10, 20, 30, 40, but here it is 0A, 14E, 1E, 2832 because it has converted it to hexadecimal. Okay, but if I directly type here, instead of 0A, if I type 10, it will keep it as 10 because then it will take it as a decimal number. Okay, and here if you want to type a helper decimal, you have to type 0 here. Like, okay, so now we have given the data values. Now next part is to run our program. So there are two ways to run this program. First is to step by step. For that we have to go to debug and click on step, and shortcut key for it is F11. Okay, so we'll use F11. So you can see this green line has come here. So first instruction is executed. Now it has moved 50 to register R0, and this register value you can check here on the left hand side. R0 is now 50. Again F11. Now this R1 is with 60. R1 is 60. Again F11. R2 is 50. 050. R2 is 05. So like that we can. So now it will execute instruction A comma move at the rate R1 comma A. So level, so you can see this value has been moved from here to here. Okay. Like that we can do step by step. Another way is to do it in a single run. For that you can click on run or F5. You can click on run or F5. So we press F5. We press F5. In a single run, the whole program has been executed and it has moved all the values from this memory location to this memory location. Okay. So where you are seeing output, you can see output in this memory windows or in this register window. Different registers are there: R0 to R7, A, B, data pointer, and then this carry flag, PSW register. And in your program number 4, you will use input output port as well. There are 4 input output ports. For that you have to go to peripherals, click on peripherals, click on input output port and select a port. For example, port 1. So this is your port 1. This is your port 1. You can see this P1. And here if you want to give any value, we can directly change these pins. These are 8 pins of your port. Okay. For example, we want to give a 1. So we just have to hide the first bit. We just have to hide the first bit. Okay. 2. Oh, sorry, 3. 7. Like that we have to just hide that bit. If you want to give a input to a port, if you want to give a input through a port, and if you want to read the value after executing that particular command, we just open that port. Let's say we want to see the value at port 2, we'll just open the port 2 and we will see what is the value there. Okay. If you want to see the output at the port. Okay. And so these are the 3 ways to 3 types of memory locations where you can see your output. This memory window, register window, and this port. So I think I'm done with this demo of your software. And some people have joined late, so they're asking which Keel version we have to install. So I will tell you one more time. You just search Keel Microvision 5 download and click on the first link, and then click on product downloads, and then click on C51, which is a tool for 8051 devices. And from this window you can download this software. Right click here, save link as, and then you can start save this data. Okay. So if anybody has any doubt or any problem in downloading the software or anything, they can ask me. And